How much money did you make last month as a notary signing agent?
11.K.
$11,000 last
11,000.
month. If you are learning about remote online notarizations and you want to see, is it possible if you can make $11,000 or more a month as a remote online notary, you're going to want to watch this video. Hello there. My name is Mark Wills. I'm America's largest signing agent coach here with one of my amazing students, Emerald, out in the great state of Arizona, who's going to tell you how she built this business from scratch. Emerald, how are we doing today?
Doing good.
Doing good. Let's do some inspiration right out of the gate. How much money did you make last month as a notary signing agent?
11.K.
$11,000 last
11,000.
month. When I
Yeah.
say that back to you, you made $11,000 in 30 days. How does that make you feel?
Amazing. Makes me feel proud.
Why does it make you feel proud?
I didn't think I would be able to make it. And I'm here doing it.
And you're here doing it. What are you on pace for in 2025? If everything goes the way it has the first 6 months of the year, what are you going to finish this year in revenue with, more or less?
Being six figures.
Being
Being into six figures. Yeah.
I mean, the
Excited.
idea that you could be a six-figure signing agent, like just saying that out loud, because this is going to be your first year breaking six figures if all goes well.
Yes.
What does that make you feel like?
It makes me feel proud of myself. Makes me feel amazing. That I'm overcoming something that I couldn't.
Well, let's talk about those overcoming things that you didn't think you'd be. Before we get into, kind of what got you here, I want to share really quickly. What I love about your story is this is a story of perseverance. We have LSS students who make six figures in their first year. You're not that student, right? You made $0 in your first year transparently. Then you made $6,000 in your second. We're going to talk about this. But what I think is beautiful is this is a story about slow and steady wins the race. And you won the race, girl. You're $11,000 a month, six figures in a year as your own business owner. So let's talk about that. Let's take people back to the beginning, right? What got you here? When I say here, meaning what made you want to be a signing agent? Take everybody back, walk them through, because like you said, you didn't think you'd be able to get through some things, and girl, you got through them. So, but share your story if you don't mind.
I got a divorce in 2021. I was scared. I didn't think that, I needed to figure what I could do because I have 5 kids. At the moment, I felt that I had failed my kids, that I failed myself. So I really needed to find something that was going to that I was going to be able to work.
Well, first, I didn't even share yet, which makes the story even more incredible, is you are a single mom of 5 children, building a six-figure business. I want to say, let's talk about that a little bit, because, and I only ask you to share because there's other students that are going through what you went through 5 years ago. I mean, you're staring down a divorce. You're staring down being a single mom of 5 children in real time in 2021. I want other people to realize, like, they're not alone if they're going through that right this moment, right? Walk me through, like, what was going through your head at that time, right? I mean, what was it like back in 2021 for you?
I mean, I was definitely super scared. I do have 5 kids. My oldest was going through depression. I also have a son that's special needs. He didn't understand what was going on. It was really hard for us. At the moment, I felt like I needed to show my kids that I could be better for them, and it would get better.
I got goosebumps literally when you said that. Like, I had to show my kids that, you may be down now, but we're not always going to stay down. And I think that's a beautiful thing about your story, E, is like, you could have folded up and no one would have blamed you, right? But you decided not to. And that's like the mama bear, right? Like, no, I realize that I'm an example. They're going to follow what I do. And if I fold, and then I give them the excuse that they can fold. And
Mhm.
Quite the opposite has happened. Mom has flourished with this amazing business. What do your children say to you now? I mean, you made $11,000 last month on your own schedule, on your own business. Like, how does
Yeah.
your children look at you now?
They are my number one fans.
Oh,
They always tell me that they're happy for me. They're always there for me. Yeah. They just make me feel like I'm doing it. I am. I'm doing it for them. Just seeing them happy makes me happy.
mm.
And
I mean,
yeah.
look, I have one kid and a married girl, and my mind is like, I don't know how you do it, single mom, five, like you're superwoman, right? And I think that example you're setting for them is absolutely incredible. They're lucky to have you as an example because, like I said, you could have easily folded, but you said, I got to make a change. I got to do
Mhm.
something else, and you've like obviously crushed it. If there's another woman watching this right now who is going through their moment of being down and out, what would you tell them so they get out on the other side like you did?
Don't be scared. Don't be
Mm.
scared. You know, everything will be okay. You just keep on going.
Like to figure out how to build a business around a family of that size and being single, like you're winning. Like, good, I'm so proud of you, man. What I love about these
Thank
stories is I
you.
don't know the backstories until I talk with you, and it's hard enough. I think the hardest job in the world is being a mom. I think the second hardest job in the world is being an entrepreneur. And I mean,
Mhm.
and you're a mom as single and an entrepreneur, and you're building a six-figure business with $11,000 in 30 days. Like, just
Thank you.
you're so welcome. I'm so proud of you. I mean, let's talk about your income journey because I think your income journey ties into this, right? So
Mhm.
you said that you got divorced, you knew you needed to make a change, you found being a signing agent. I'm looking at my notes over here in 2022 when you first got your notary commission and you first became a signing agent, loan signing system student. How much money did you make in 2022?
I think it was like $60.
$60. And then the
Yeah,
full year of 2023, you made how much money?
6,400.
So basically, in 18 months of being a signing agent, you made $6,500. So let's talk about that. Okay. There's two things I want to talk about. I have students who make $6,000 in 6 months and they think they're failing. They want to give up.
Mhm.
I want to talk about your mindset here because that's what a lot of these interviews are about. I mean, you're 18 months in. You quote unquote only have made $6,500.
Mhm.
Why aren't you giving up on the business?
I couldn't give up. I wanted to make it work. Um, I didn't have another choice. Uh-huh.
2022, you made $0, $6,400 in 12 months in 2023. But in 2024, you made $67,000. So you made 60,000 more dollars the next year. What changed?
I quit my full-time job. I quit my full-time job and I went all in. I didn't have a way going back, so I just said I'm gonna take as many signings as I can.
Okay, I'm gonna stop you there. So I want everybody to hear what you just said. In 2024, and I chuckle because in 2023 you made $6,500. By no means does it really make sense that like I just made 6 grand, I'm quitting my job, right? Because sometimes I have students who are like, Mark, I made $45,000 part-time. I knew I had to quit and do this full time.
Mhm.
You made $6,500. That's $500 a month. You have a family of 5 mouths you have to feed, including yours.
Yeah.
And you decide at that moment, I make 6,500 bucks. Oh, now's the best time to quit my job. I love that because there's a moment of like, I had to burn the boats to make sure this worked. Was that
Mhm.
part of the moment you had when you're like, I gotta go all in? Talk everybody through that moment.
Part of it was because I couldn't get any time off of work. I mean, I do with my special needs and my oldest daughter. I needed to be with them, and I every time that I would ask, they wouldn't let me.
You're working for somebody and you're like, my family needs mom,
Hmm.
and they tell you no. What did that feel like?
I mean, bad. I would feel bad. I wanted to be there and I couldn't be there because I was working for somebody and they wouldn't understand what my priorities were. That was my children, being with my
Mhm.
kids when they needed me. Um, and I mean, decided that I just had to make it work. I had to
God,
make it work. So I did it and I made it work.
and I want everybody to hear that, right? Because people all the time go, well, what makes someone successful? And it's the word commitment. What I
Hmm.
heard is a mom who was so fed up with like letting somebody else dictate her commitment to her children
Yeah.
that even though she only made $6,000, she still felt confident enough that I could build this business. What gave you that confidence?
My kids. So it was hard. It was hard for me to try to take care of my kids, work, and just do everything on my own.
Mm.
But like I said, I couldn't fail. I couldn't
Mm.
I couldn't go back.
I think we just talked about something that needs to be unpacked a little bit because from 2023 to 2024, this major transformation took place by you, right? Yes, you were
Mhm.
like, I got to be committed to the signing agent business. But what else happened in that transition that may be inspiring to other ladies right now?
I started believing in myself. I
Mm.
started believing in myself more,
What do you mean believing in yourself more? Like, talk about that.
knowing that I could do it, knowing that I
Mm.
could do it by myself. Not just that, but taking more time to take care of myself to
Mm.
be able to take care of my kids.
Mhm.
Um, so just believing in myself and knowing that I cannot fail.
It's amazing what we can accomplish as humans when there is no plan B.
Hmm.
What the funny part about everybody has their way to find that like burn the boats moment, you know what I mean? And so for you, it was like, okay, I drew the straw at you telling me I can't be with my girl, right? I can't be with my
Hmm.
special needs. And but this the same fabric is true in all these success stories. It's like I made a commitment, unwavering commitment. And what makes you so amazing, and I hope your children know how amazing you are. It's like you took the leap after making 6,000 bucks in a year on a business. Like that blows my mind. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like I get students who won't go full time after they made $50,000 in a year. They go, well, Mark, it could all be gone tomorrow. So why would I lose that guaranteed paycheck? You said that after 6,400 bucks. And so,
Yeah.
but again, I think that is the unwavering commitment to family, income, future, and self. You said I had
Hmm.
to take care of
Hmm.
myself. And so that's beautiful.
Hmm.
And so 2024, you made 67,000. And now this year you're on your way to make six figures. I mean, after hearing this
Yeah.
story, I am so proud of you. It's like,
So, yes.
I mean, I just like I said, I know how hard it is to be a parent, let alone a single mom, let alone of five and one with special needs. And like you are superwoman, and they should be know how awesome mom is. And I hope they watch this because, like, it's like you had every reason to be like to play victim,
Hmm.
right? Why this happened
Yeah.
to me? This wasn't supposed to happen to me. I wasn't supposed to get a divorce with five kids. Like, not me. And this business is the answer. And girl, it's the freaking answer. I mean,
Yeah.
what is your favorite part about being a notary entrepreneur, signing agent? What's your favorite part?
Building my own schedule,
Mm,
being with my kids, being able to
yeah.
pick them up, drop them off from school.
The stinky part is I led this whole conversation with money. Look at this six figure, but that's what people want to talk about. But to me, that's not the best part about the business.
Hmm.
The best part about being a notary entrepreneur is the actual freedom that comes with it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
the cherry on top of the cake, it's the time. And so, man, I mean, honestly, so freaking proud of you. Okay, let's segue into what my favorite part of the whole conversation is. And that's that one piece of advice you'd give a notary. So, For you, you know, because you're a successful notary, entrepreneur, signing agent, all the above, what is the number one piece of advice you give a notary if you were trying to help them scale their own personal business?
Do not underestimate being a remote online notary.
Do not underestimate being a remote online notary. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
You shared at the very beginning, you made $11,000 last month.
Mhm.
What percentage of that was remote online notarizations?
About 90%. 90% of it.
90%. So
Yes.
you're basically making $10,000 a month just with Ron, working from your house in the comfort of your PJs,
Yes.
working. Okay. So I love that piece of advice.
Mhm.
Don't sleep on Ron. Everybody hear this? Don't
Mhm.
sleep on Ron. So the question everyone's going to naturally ask is, how do you get the Ron business? That's a lot of Ron business. So, you know, there's numerous ways to get Ron business. Make sure your profile say that you're Ron on your signing service profiles. But let's dig into some real good helping information. What is like one of the main ways you get business for your Ron and how?
So networking with signing service owners and with the notaries.
Okay.
That's how I get it. Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about this. So, you network with signing service owners, and I hope everybody heard that she networked with the other notaries. So let's break those two down. Let's break those down individually. Let's talk about networking with signing service owners. What do you mean by that? Talk people. How do you meet signing service owners? Walk people through everything.
The way I met him was going to the loan signing system conference
Okay.
in January. So going up to them, talking to them, letting them know I am remote online notary, I'm bilingual, and then those signing service owners would let the other signing service owners know
Let me,
that
let me
I'm
stop you real
here.
quick. You said networking.
Yes,
So was the plan to go in there and try to meet as many signing service owners as possible?
definitely. Yes.
I hope everyone heard that. And so what I heard was someone who was intentional. I think a lot of people go to networking events with no plan. They just kind of go to
Mhm.
go and then they leave it. They're like, well, how come I'm not making any more money? You came to a conference specifically with not only the process of learning, but looking for other signing service owners to be like, hey, here's my card. I do remote online notarizations. I feel like too many notaries don't take that part serious enough. Whether you
Mhm.
go to the LSS conference, the NNA conference, they just kind of go and like they're not intentional with who they meet. So you're going up
Mhm.
to these signing service owners, you're giving them your spiel. Um, are you doing any follow up with them at all, or is this just a one time meeting, or are you doing any follow up situations with them?
Yes, yes, I do. I get their phone numbers. Once I'm home, I call them, text them back. Hey, remember, I'm Emerald. Um, use me if you need a
Wow.
remote online notary.
People don't realize how intentional successful signing agents are. So it's one thing to meet somebody at a conference. It's another thing to follow up with them saying, hey,
Mhm.
remember me? I'm the one over here who's bilingual, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And so what I heard is someone who starts it with intentionality, but also
Mhm.
follows up with intentionality. And a lot of people think it's by accident that notaries like you make ten or $11,000 a month when it's
Mhm.
not an accident. So I think the next part of your networking is actually really smart. And I don't think enough students do this. So
Mhm.
you network with signing service owners, which kind of requires like a big conference. But again, you chose these big conferences, you had a plan, you executed your plan. But the second part is you're networking with
Mhm.
notaries. Talk about that because you can meet notaries anywhere. Right? It's not just conferences. So
Yes.
like how intentional are you when meeting other notaries? Walk through your game plan on how you execute that.
So meeting notaries, I mean, I always tell them, I'm a notary. I'm here if you ever need help. Even if it's just helping them out with questions that they have. But then again, I tell them, I'm remote. If you can't get it done, I can help you out. And
Um,
a lot of notaries, that's how they contact me.
okay, so everybody hear this. Okay, I thought you said something so slick that we got to talk about. What I loved about what you said though, which I think is the most slick part of it, is that I actually start the conversation with saying, "How can I help you?" Not
Mhm.
just Ron. I can answer questions about Ron. I can answer if you're a new signing agent. I can help you with the business. And so I don't think people realize how much intentionality goes into all this effort. You could have gone up to all 700 people at the loan signing system conference, being like, I'm remote line on notary, I'm Emerald Buy. Not leaving an impression, being a taker, not a giver.
Mm-hmm.
But instead, what you said is I walk up to them, I ask them how I can help them in any regard. And
Mm-hmm.
then I end with, I'm also remote online notary. So if there's anything you need help with, whether it's learning the ropes, understanding Ron, or if your own clients need a Ron, I'm here because not every notary can do every single signing appointment. And
Yes.
even that even comes with Ron appointments. There's some Ron notaries are doing a 3 and their client needs them to do a 3:15. I can't do, but
Mm-hmm.
my girl Emerald can. Does
Yes.
everybody hear that? It's so good. And I love how you also said that, like, I just don't ask them for referrals. I lead with value.
Mm-hmm.
So you do that at a national conference. Are you also that intentional at some of your local market?
Yes, I do. Yeah.
Talk
So I go
through
to
that.
the meetups. I go to meetups and I do the same thing. I help out in meetups and yeah, give them a card. You tell them to tell the notaries the same thing.
I think a lot of people see some of these meetups, notary meetups, LSS conference, and I think they see the main agenda being learning what's on stage, which should be part of the agenda. But the other is like,
Mm-hmm.
I need to be actively working this room.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, how much of your business you think comes from notary referral partners?
About 20%.
20%,
Mm-hmm.
$2,000 roughly a month. Everybody hear that?
Yeah.
$2,000 a month comes from just taking time at events with other notaries and saying, yeah, you need help with your business, learning the ropes, knowing that everyone at some point might need a backup Ron notary, and you want to be the person that they refer. So you lead with value. So if you're going to networking events with other notaries, we're not competition, we're colleagues. That's the loan
Yeah.
signing system way. So good. I hope everybody heard that. Like, look, 20% of your business comes from simply networking with notaries. As everyone
Mm-hmm.
mouth just dropping here. And by the way, nationwide, because there could be someone that she
Yes.
met in Las Vegas or someone she met from Texas, even though she's in Arizona, that she's networking with, right?
Mm-hmm.
Are you returning the favor at all and referring sometimes of those people
Oh,
back?
definitely. Yes, I do.
I hope everybody heard that. If she can't do one, she's referring notary partners. And this is what makes loan signing system community so amazing is this idea that we can all win.
Mm-hmm.
20% of your business, I'm going to sound like a broken record, is from just networking with other notaries. That is $2,000 a month. So if you're watching this, like, oh, well, I want to be a Raw notary. How come I'm slow? Maybe because you're not networking. Maybe you're not
Mm-hmm.
offering your service. Maybe you're not a referral partner back to other notaries. I think the biggest thing takeaway is, when you're out networking, you're trying to find who the decision makers are, signing service owners. And even at your local meetups, there's 2 or 3 signing service owners that come in. It's always just like, who's the owners who can give me business? And then it's also not sleeping on the notary referral network. Let
Yeah.
me ask you this question before I go to my last question. If Emerald could build this business, can anybody build this business and why?
Definitely. Anybody can build this business.
Why?
Definitely. Because I did it and I was a single mom. I'm a single mom with 5 kids. If I could do it, anybody could do it.
Hmm, I love it. Well, let's speak about that real quick. So, I'm looking at my notes over this other screen. You've been a loan signing system student for about 4 years. If you can go back to younger signing agent Emerald, what would you tell her to help her get more successful quicker?
Believe in myself for
Mm.
sure.
What do you mean by that, though?
That I should believe in myself, that I
Mm.
should keep on going. And I had so much rejection, so much hate.
What I heard is, there's used a couple very powerful words, is someone who picked the pieces back up and put themselves back together.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's a beautiful thing, by the way. I think it's
Yes,
powerful to share. You use 2 very
yes.
powerful words, and so it's almost as if like you would have went back and been like you are good enough, you deserve success. How did the signing agent business change your life from that standpoint?
I'm here succeeding with my children, um, and I wouldn't change it. I wouldn't change it.
It's funny because, you know, it's most successful people in this world come from trauma. It's almost as if that is what creates that resilience
Hmm.
unintentionally. We don't ever want our kids to go through trauma, but sometimes it's what creates the resilience necessary to be successful. So I say that because, you know, it's almost as if what you experienced is what helped you become who you are, right? It's
Hmm.
created that resilience to become a successful notary. Could you imagine 10 years ago walking up to a random person at a networking event and being like, oh, let's exchange numbers and do business, right? But it's almost as if that moment hardened you enough to be like, I can do this. I got to do it. And then because you got to do it, you're like, wow, that actually wasn't that bad at all,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know? And so if there's any divorcee out there, you know, kind of being in that dark place you were, like, what would you tell them to get through that moment?
Keep going. It only gets better,
Mm.
and they could do it.
It only gets better. Do you wish someone would have told you that?
Yes,
Yeah. Yeah.
definitely.
I love it. I love it. So, with that being said, girl, I mean, remote online notarizations, do not sleep on that. Thank you for letting people know there's some money in remote online notarizations.
Hmm.
Thank you for letting people know that, like, because, you know, especially single moms, like, if you can do this, don't let anything be an excuse.
Yeah.
And so I think you are a perfect example of like not making excuses, but creating reasons. And if we have reasons, we can do a lot of very powerful things. So, congratulations on your success,
Thank
girl. And
you.
I'll
Thank
see you on the
you.
next level. Let's go.
Thank
Bye
you.
bye.
Bye.